Good morning, everybody. This is Veroosh, and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for the pre-Virgo full moon at 25 degrees reading. The full moon happens in the wee hours of the morning on the 17th, and I'm going to post this on the 16th, and this is in my shorter all sign series, which means that we'll have a focused reading in a moment and a message for every single one of the signs. If I sound tired, I'm filming this late because I've decided to do something tomorrow morning, so I might not be available to do the reading live with you guys, but I hope you guys are doing well, and we will do more readings soon. But what I thought I would do with this reading is provide for you guys some kind of activation message. An activation message in some way brings your awareness to a particular energy and gives you an idea of basically kind of where to focus as you are preparing yourself for the new moon. And yeah, it's a wonderful new moon. We're welcoming it in, and I think it's going to bring in a lot of positivity at a time when many people are seeking positivity in their outside world. What I'm going to do is pick 5 cards with the Braille. This is more of a spiritual deck. This is dirt from a plant. This is more of a spiritual deck. And then later on, I'm going to pick an activation card for every single one of you. And then I'll pick some cards from my deck for every sign as well. Okay? So thank you guys for coming. And I know when I film late, people say, you sound tired. I'm not actually tired at all. I just have that night energy on, I guess. Anyway, so sit back and relax and think about what the new moon will bring for you. Let me know how you like this kind of like softer vibe in the evening energy. Sorry if it's a little bit dark. I'm not using any extra lights than my house lights, so forgive me today. I'm still in transition with those. All right, so why don't we pick 5 cards as we usually do. I'll leave them face down so that you can actually choose 1 or 2 that really speak to you if you like, and then maybe those messages will be more resonant, but you are welcome to every single one of the messages. So the goal here is to in some way open up and to see if there is an inspirational message, a message from the universe, enlightenment at the end of this video or throughout this video. Okay. All right, so let's settle down into the energy. Your first card today, so this is the collective message for everybody who finds this video. This is a message for you. You have far away, number 87. So for some of you, number 87 is resonant. For some of you, the energy of far away. But, and these are light codes too, I think. Although I've never seen them sold as such, I do believe that these are light codes as well. So this would be from Dramanher in Italy, the Braille. Okay, so something far away is calling your name. There's distance between you and the thing that you want to connect to energetically. I feel as though there's the energy is that of coming together. So rather than falling apart, or rather than stepping away from one another, from you and either this person, this situation, or this vibration, I feel as though your attention is being drawn to something far away, and then through that point of connection, you are being made closer to it in whatever means you are, whatever capacity, volume, length, etc. Okay, then we have number 2. We have no, never, number 49. I think this is the best place to show you these cards. Please feel free to pause the video if you are feeling like you want a closer look. So I feel as though there was a rejection in the past with regard to a situation. I feel as though outside of you something said no quite forcefully, and it was quite a big shock to your system. And I feel like you're reflecting upon that that rejection or that energy that kind of cut you off. And I feel like it was something that made you aware of a new vibration, a new direction, a new velocity and energy. And so there was this very loud no in your life in some way. And I feel like that caused you to become the person that you are now. So if bring to mind a situation like this, it's probably intuitively you will think of the right situation that this is all connected with, or if you're picking individually. And then we have Patir, which is to do, number 40, at the center of the reading. So what this means, it's time to go, it's time to manifest and move very quickly forward towards your destination. And the way you will move forward towards your destination is through applying yourself and working and doing the action of that which you conceive or believe. Okay, the next message is we have number 23. By the way, this is number 40. So we have 23, sacred and alchemy. So I feel like simple behaviors, simple actions are going to actually turn magical or spiritual or have a deeper dimension to them. So simple things such as cooking, walking your dog, or going to see the sunrise will take on a much more spiritual and deeper meaning for you at this time, and hopefully for some time to come. So I feel like, just reflecting on these cards before we choose the last one, I feel like you are distant from something that turned you down or said no in some way, or was otherwise dismissive towards you. And I feel like time has healed and you look at that event in a different way. When it happened, it was hurtful. However, now in some way you reflect upon how it's given you strength to be more firm in who you are and situated within yourself, right? And so I feel like now you are, with this conception in your mind, you're ready in some way to bring into manifestation and reality through activity, through your physical actions, this sacred alchemy. And so there's a depth to your actions, there's a depth to your interaction and interaction with others, and that brings forward a deeper knowledge, a deeper resonance, and a transcendence of things. So things will manifest more quickly into your life at this time, okay? And then we have number 57, which is forgetting. So you're in the process of closure with a situation. Now, when people talk about closure in terms of everyday happenings, everyday behaviors, and so forth, I have a feeling that they often talk about more of the physical closure, the disconnection, no communication, no contact, those kinds of things. But as many of us know who have lost a friend, a lover, a partner, those types of endings take a very long time to manifest, and they'll within our spiritual vibration, our thoughts and our minds, and some of these relationships to people or situations or states of mind actually carry on for a very long time. And so therefore, I think now you in some way are ready to forget that thing that feels so far away. And it's a very formative moment in your life. So this is your collective reading for the beginning of the new moon in Virgo. Hopefully it sets your intention in the right direction. I'm going to shuffle these cards and go one by one, and that is going to be your reading. Okay, so lots of shuffling like this, messing things up, messing the order up. Let's go. Okay, so your first card will be, let's put them here. Okay, so first of all, Capricorn, hi, nice to meet you. So this first card is your activation card. This is the kind of energy that's going to be coming in for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'll take this one. We have honor. So with this new moon comes honor into your life. This attribute is your uprightness, and now you remember what you stand for, incorporating it into everything that you do, and it looks like a scepter or something. So this is your symbol. Feel free to pause it to take a look at it closer. So your right action is the manifestation of the energy that you are seeking, and so therefore your behavior is that mark, is the pole in the ground, your territory, and that is your strength, okay, your honor. Now I'm going to pick 2 cards for every sign. So these are my cards, I created them. They're a little funky, but so first we have the Surfer, which is the Lover's card. Sorry about the cut on my finger. And then we have, I don't know why I called it, oh, Gemini rules this. So maybe a Gemini person is very important to you at this time, Capricorn, or possibly events that happened when the sun was in Gemini, and that will be between May and June of this year, or possibly next year. There may have been an event that is connected to acts of honor, acts of uprightness for you at this time, and so that time frame of May to June in some way is connected to an event that has triggered this energy field for you, has triggered for you this activation and ability to ascend to a higher level of consciousness. And then we have the Happy Bunny. So good news for you, Capricorn. It is a full moon in Virgo, your sister sign of Earth. I feel as though if you're clean and if you are doing things the right way, without toxins, toxic mindset, foods, whatever, then you will be feeling very great. And I feel like provided that you keep that honor towards yourself and others in mindset, the things you say, the things you do, the things you ingest, then I feel as though you're smooth sailing up ahead that is bringing you much happiness into your life. And if you are ingesting toxics or toxins, and if you are interacting in a toxic way or with toxic circumstances or people, you will feel the need to in some way separate yourself at this time. It will feel very unnatural to you to be with them in any way. So that's your symbol again. Okay, so that's it. That's your message. I hope you liked it. Now we're going to do the next sign, and we have Aquarius. Hi, my little weirdos. Okay, so we have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Why don't we activate your message? Oh, this looks good. Lots of different little symbols for you guys. So we have tradition. With this activation, you allow the assimilation of all tradition that has ever existed into the fiber of your being. All of this is perfect and part of the rich history of your species. Okay, so when we're talking about species, we're talking about a very broad context. You want to think like as far back as you can, including past lives or possible starseed energy. Some people call it starseed, or multidimensional energy. But there's Aquarians are close to the membrane of understanding this multidimensionality and understanding the different realities that we are a product of, okay, for lack of a better explanation. And so in some way you do strange things. When I call you my little weirdos, that's kind of what I'm referring to, that you interact in a multifaceted way, a very, very dynamic way that interacts with multiple polarities at every single time. So it's time to kind of bring honor and recognition to your ancestors, to your past lives, to your starseed energy, to your energy of multi-dimensional experiences, or whatever other types of experiences you may have. So there may be others that you kind of identify within your own consciousness. So bring those to the forefront of your mind now. And here is your first energy, your ruler, Uranus, with the Fool. It's time to go ahead again, Aquarius. I feel as though you have subconscious knowledge about all of these dynamics and all of these things influencing you. And so now you feel once again that it's time to go, it's time to progress, to change something, and to release and embrace a new reality. So you're really there. And then we have new negative, which is 0. Oh, this is another Uranus card. This is another Fool, but with like a evil looking Joker. So I feel as though with new opportunities come new challenges, and I think you sense that in some way. I do feel like that new challenge that you're going to be facing in this new environment is going to be linked to the no never, which was the experience of rejection, the experience of having been removed from a situation you wanted to participate in, and it's a polarity that you're stepping into, which means with it will come many abundant things. It's a new beginning, a new exciting thing for you to experience. And then on the other hand, there's the Fool, which is the dark Fool, which is a new lesson, a new difficult awareness, a new challenge to learn, and a challenge to let go. That's what I'm getting. I think this new negative has to do with releasing attachment to confrontation with a new energy that is coming in to in some way it triggers you, and it triggers that. So you have a wonderful beginning in front of you, and I feel as though this is like a karmic connection. I don't want to use strictly past life sort of explanations. So something beyond that which you have experienced as present reality is informing this. So this is not like a chance experience. This is embedded in a deeper signature. So it's an important lesson up ahead. And you can bypass it very easily by, in some way, focusing on the light of your current experiences, of focusing on the light of your new beginnings. Okay. So next message, I know I hit something right because I suddenly felt a presence, so I'm not sure if that was a message for Aquarius. When I speak of these vibrations that are not present in our physical space, 3D reality, sometimes I pick up on energies because when you see them, they see you, right? So they're like, oh, she's talking about us, right? I'm just personifying them. They're not human energies, or they are human, but they're much more broad than our conception. Okay, Leo, meow meow, let's rock and roll, Leo. Oh, that's where I'm putting them so you guys can see. So here is your activation. So this is the energy, perfect, that you are interacting with, that's coming to the forefront. Feel free to pause this and take a look at it closer. We have, it should be this way, it doesn't matter which way is up. So we have purity. All that is not love is now cleansed from your reality and your physicality. All that is not love is now cleansed from your reality and your physicality. So this is the energy that is starting with this new moon, which is a purge of this, purge of no's, purge of anything that takes you away from just that full heart-centered being from the heart chakra. Okay, so here is your message. We have Pluto, the beer. This is the last judgment. So you're making an internal call on something. Frankly, I think I've been talking to you about it for a while, and I feel like you're making a call on something and you're bringing awareness to that thing. You're bringing awareness to the thing that you're deliberating on. There's a decision, an on-off switch that you are choosing. The second card is use it well, use your brain. I think that you're fully aware of your situation and you are consciously going to choose whether to stay in the vibration of the no never, or if you are fully ready to embrace this. I do believe most of you are ready to step past. Here is your image again, so that you can sort of focus on it and bring it into manifestation. This is your activation. So with these activations, I should have probably said this in the beginning. Oops. Once you see it, this is the theme of the energy that is coming upon you now. These are the events that are going to transpire. So you have the Libra card next. Hi Libras. So Venus energy strong in Leo right now, fiery Venus. Okay, so that works well for you. That's your ruler. Okay, so we have completion, and I'll show you the way it's organized on the card. But completion, this activation enables you to fully realize that all was made complete at the point of origination. Okay, the work is now done, and you are free to create on a clean palette the landscape of your desire. So it feels like you have cleared karma, right? That those scales have balanced for you in some way. And with this new moon that's upcoming, you are now ready to, you have the carte blanche, which is a kind of a clean slate from which to work and from which to initiate new karma into your life. So use that wisely. A couple cards from my deck just to help you along the way. We have a new baby being born, figuratively or literally. Something new is being born in your life. You're filling in the page of a new notebook or a new journal, okay? And then we have the white rabbit, okay? All right, so he's so cute. Okay, I don't think anybody's got that yet. So I feel as though there is an elusive truth that you are seeking, and try to ground yourself and connect to the truth that you are about to take. Try to ground yourself and connect to the white rabbit. If you know Alice in Wonderland, follow the white rabbit. It's also a Jefferson Airplane song, I believe. And so it's about seeking an elusive truth and unveiling what that truth is. To use another story, The Wizard of Oz, it's about figuring out what's behind that curtain, what's behind, like the Wizard of Oz. Who is he? What is that reality? Very similar message. And so if you want to fully actualize this energy at this time, you really want to center yourself, and you want to bring into awareness where you are going, and this karma that you're initiating, you want to bring into awareness what that white rabbit means to you. And the more authentic you are in that process, the more that is a fulfilling one, or one that becomes accurate. If you approach this situation in like a dishonest or a dishonest way, or a way that is not genuine, you may find that brings with it new lessons and new karma. But here is a little catch. Pretty much nobody will be able to have a perfect experience of this, and this is the process of enlightenment, the process of reaching awareness and a heightened understanding of things. Okay, next message is Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome, Tauruses. Let's see your activation. So like I told Leos, this is the energy for what is manifesting into your life, or what you are beginning. What is the next step that you are beginning? So we have this little squiggler. Okay, here we go. So we have common sense. This glyph opens the door for everything you do going forward to be in alignment with the highest good of all that is. I think the most important message is at the end, the highest good of all that is. So that means that when you are confronted with circumstances in your path at this time, Taurus, you will be brought into awareness about what is the higher good, and then you will have a choice whether to align and manifest, or whether to reject. If you have things to work through, don't worry about that. And if you reject something, that's going to bring you consequences or lessons to process, but that's not a bad thing. It just means that you have to in some way absorb another lesson or understand something on a more meaningful level. So there's no wrong way in this path. So you have someone likes you, the Magician. I think that somebody's heart might be entrusted towards you, Taurus. Somebody's admiration and heart entrusted towards you. And I feel like your decision is going to be based on what is best for all. You're aware of what is best for all. You're aware of your intention. Here's a couple things. You have to watch out for the other person, the other situation, whether they're vulnerable and you're taking advantage, then you need to disconnect or somehow act accordingly. But also you don't feel that the burden's only on your shoulders. If you have a need for yourself within your heart or whatever, you have to honor that as well, right? So if you're not ready, let's say that a person has a mental health issue and for you that's such a burden. A lot of people struggle with this. So let's say that person that you're interested in has a mental health issue and for you that's a burden and you feel like you're not ready to take that karma on. You will be dealing with that karma one way or another, but let's say you're not ready, then that's the honest answer. So it's not about appeasing the masses or appeasing the other person. It's about being really authentic with yourself and the other person. Or if you feel like your lifestyle will be a detriment to the other person, that's your decision to make as well. So you have to think in kind of the care for their heart, but also the care for yours, okay? I think you get my point. Here is the next message for you guys, and there's going to be a big decision around that, the beer, which is Pluto. So I think there will be a lot of forgetting. That doesn't mean that you're going to be forgetting this person. It's just you're going to have to choose what you believe and what you remember and what you forget. And it's going to be a constant question of what is the highest good for all. And through that process, you will learn lessons. And this is what's being activated with the new moon. This question, what is the best for all? Okay, kind of a hard question. Okay, next, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Hi, Aries. Welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at your message. This is an activation message, i.e. lessons that are going to provoke you to raise your awareness and consciousness, okay? So here we go. So we have yoga. This glyph activates the union of all activity, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, and emotion unified in a point of completion. So let's reiterate. Yoga. This glyph activates the union of all activity, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotion, unified in a point of completion. So it's all these different facets. There's three: physical, mental, and spiritual. They're coming into a singularity. And yoga, I really want you to many people associate yoga with the stretching exercises. However, yogas are a much more broader concept, one of activity of a certain sphere of our life. So we all have yogas, whether we conceive of them that way or not. They may be spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. There's a lot of different facets to it, and they go much broader than like traditional religious concepts. They're whatever is meaningful for you at this time, Aries. So at this time, you're stepping into a core center truth, and events are going to bring you into awareness of that. You might experience a lot of synchronicities, which means that lessons from your spiritual life, your physical life, emotional life, etc., may start mirroring each other in a very tight kind of nexus, like a cloth. It's going to be very tightly bound. And so you may have the opportunity to sort of bring these different experiences together, or you may have at this time experiences that sort of speak to multiple facets of your life. You might have transcendent moments of awareness. Those lead to epiphanies, which are jumps. Epiphanies in some contexts represent jumps and leaps of awareness and understanding. That is when spirituality and your mind or your emotions are so synchronous, in such synchronicity that they propel you forward, because everything's happening at once. You're not taking care of only one facet of your life. You're not having experiences that resonate with one aspect. You're having experiences that resonate with many, and so you can really move forward with things. So be open to that. Let go of who you are. Let go of your self-concept and embrace whatever the external world is teaching you. Okay? Here is the next message. We have the message. So a message may come through of this energy. It's a very active energy. It's a very yang energy, masculine, creative force. And I feel like it's going to be like a bolt of lightning coming straight in and bringing awareness. And it's going to manifest in your experiences with other people. It's going to manifest in your vibration with other people, other situations. Many things may point you in one direction. You'll know what it is. It's going to be very clear cut. And then we have no thanks. So I feel like no banana, no thanks. Okay, so removal of toxic energy. I think that you're going to have a very strong awareness or a very strong transcendent moment of negating that which is not you. It's going to be like almost, you know, when you go to like a hospital or a certain place and they have the arrows written all over the place so you can't miss it. That's your life right now. And it starts with this new moon, just to bring you into awareness of yoga again. Maybe you can pause the video and take a look at this glyph. Okay. Intense energy, guys. Okay, so how am I doing? Okay, I have a few more to do. Okay, so now we have Pisces. Oh, okay, let's get weird, y'all. Okay, new moon. So you see this new moon from an opposition, right? You're across the zodiac. In some way gaining distance from a situation. You get to capture like the whole essence of the energy. Mark Rothko, who's a painter, he would paint those giant squares. His paintings are very much like that when you step back you can appreciate the emotional resonance, and many people think it's just squares, but they're very complex paintings. Maybe you can take a look at a Rothko right now to get connected with that energy. You can Google it. They're pretty available online to see. Of course, it's not the same as seeing it live in person, but you know, we do what we can. Okay, so here is your message that came through as for somebody else. So we have common sense. This glyph opens the door for everything you do going forward to be in alignment with the highest good of all that is. So it's like, once again, you're getting rooted within yourself. I think you've had probably a few distractions recently, and that was a learning opportunity as well, the distractions you've been having. And so now you are settling back into focus of the kind of vibration and energy that you thrive in, which is one of conscientiousness and awareness for all, right? So you make decisions for the goodness of all, even if they come in conflict with your self-interest. Taurus, I remember, got this card today as well. You may want to watch their video for more messages. There's a couple cards from my deck. Small delay, a loose tongue, delay, the wine, which is the Hanged Man ruled by Neptune. So a small delay in what you want, that's referring to those interactions that they're far away now, but the disruptions that you have had going on around you for the last little while. So I feel like you're transitioning out of that with this new moon. And then we have someone likes you and Magician. This could be romantic, but I also feel like it could be a deep friendship and appreciation. So as you step back into your authentic, positive, helpful, contributing self, you will find a new friend, a new ally, somebody who sees things like you. Okay, so the person who's willing to take their jacket off for somebody else, right? The person who's willing to be helpful to others, even if it's not convenient. All of those things. But also recognizing that, like I said with Taurus, recognizing their emotions, recognizing their needs, and making decisions in alignment with that. Okay. So next sign, these are cool. So we have Scorpio energy. Hi Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. You guys have a duck in the back. I started appreciating the animals in the back of these cards. Okay, so there's your glyph. We have Akasha. Ooh, Scorpio, you're going deep. This is with this activation, you have full access to the Akashic records, man, and all knowledge that has ever existed. Use this wisely. Well, this new moon is actually a sextile to your Scorpio placements, especially if you are a late placing Scorpio close to Sagittarius or your moon or rising is, because there's this kind of portal that's opening up through action. You have activated this portal, so you have done something in the physical realm, physical space, 3D reality, that has in some way activated this, like you've opened a door, right? By your actions, good deeds, good karma, good actions have opened a door to higher awareness, and the Akashic records are available to you. Make room for meditation, timed meditation, and focus and internal or external searching. I feel as though you're going to be very sensitive through this time, and I feel like you are going to really need to you're going to really need to settle in to that energy. You're going to need to really align with this energy. So it is what it is, and the Akashic records are going to blow your mind, right? So just get still, Scorpio, and pay attention. And then you have visions. Your best bet is sleep, heavy meditation, like very, very pensive. Eliminate distractions, eliminate toxins. The messages are coming in, big stuff. Okay, Akashic records is like explaining the blueprints of the 3D world. And then we have no thanks. Okay, and so I feel like a part of you is going to want to reject it, say no, to shut it down. For those of you who are seeking, for those of you who are seeking, like distractions or noise situations, you may be dealing with the natural predisposition to tune this stuff out because it's overwhelming. So it's a self-protective mechanism. Don't feel like if you are in some way distracting yourself and it's really hard for you to sit with this awareness energy, expect to fail at some point. It's almost like it's not a game of like win or lose. It's a game of how much will you absorb before you tap out. It's almost like a dream. How much of the dream will you see before you wake up? So don't feel like you're failing at this. It's a natural feeling to have to turn away at some point, because you are fallible. You are in some point limited in your scope, your closed system, and so therefore your physiology can only process so much information. We're talking about higher vibrations than that which you are constituted of, and so therefore you expect to not meet the full capacity, but you're getting a massive download. I feel like some of you are going to feel guilty about not being able to gather as much information because it's such an opportunity at this time. But I also feel like there's this level of forgiveness you have to show yourself, and don't expect perfection in this situation. This sextile is going to open a door that's probably going to last 2 months until your birthdays. So if you are a sun, but if you're a moon rising, same thing, 2 months. Probably expect, maybe even pay attention when the sun will be at 25 degrees Scorpio. From memory, that's going to be about, give me a second, it's going to be about the 17th or 18th of November. And so at that time, maybe that will be the high point or the crescendo of your awareness. Okay, cool stuff. Next we have Cancer. Oh, we're getting in deep right at the end. I'm surprised Pisces is not at the end of this one. Okay, Cancer, hi Cancer. Here is your activation energy. Okay, this made me think of the genie in the lamp, Aladdin. Okay, and we have the dawn, the new beginning. That's what Cancer really needed. We have this attribute of Christ consciousness opens you to the dawning of a new reality. Your life is shifting into a wonderful new era. Congratulations. So it's long overdue, you guys, and I feel like it's going to be a part of a several step transition that will last several years, but this is like saying that the door is open, transcendent energy coming into a new reality, coming into a new mindset, coming into a new life, and expect things to start changing for you at this time. Expect new experiences and new vibrations. Okay, here are a couple cards from my deck. So we have Scorpio energy, the death card. I have several of these cards in this deck. The Scorpio card, the death card, it was just the image kept showing up. I was randomly picking these images, so expect Scorpio energy to be really important. Sun, moon, and rising. Furthermore, when Scorpio season starts in late October, that is when maybe some important things connected to this new moon will really happen in your life. So pay attention to the timeline of that, okay? The next message is Tomorrowland party, okay? And so we have the Mickey Mouse. I feel as though going to a surprise party, but it's not like a party for your birthday or something like that. This is an energetic party, and the vibrations that are going to welcome you and bring you in are already there waiting for you. So I feel like maybe there's a transition to do with a Scorpio for some of you, but I feel like in front of you is going to be some kind of, there's a party waiting for you. It's almost like your spirit guides and angels are there waiting for you. Vibrational frequencies more than anything else, and they're going to manifest in multiple ways. And so I feel like you're really beginning this. This is the first time I saw it come through for you guys, the real stage in Pluto transitioning into Aquarius. And Pluto transitions into Aquarius by 2024. It'll start doing that by 2023. And so therefore, Pluto's in your 7th house, and as it transitions, a lot of the big questions, your whole dimensionality in your life is going to change. So Cancer, you are going to be excited through this full moon and the next couple months, I think. Very, very excited. Exciting events, exciting eye-opening events. Then we have Sagittarius. Hey Sag, let's take a look at your activation for this new moon. Well, you got it. Somebody else got this too. So we have tradition. Okay. With this activation, you allow the assimilation of all tradition that has ever existed into the fiber of your being. All of it is perfect and part of the rich history of your species. So again, I got this for Aquarius, so you can watch their video to learn more about that. When I'm talking about species, I think it's beyond like the human species. I think we're talking about multiple dimensions, starseed energy, we're talking about your past lives, ancestors, everything, and things that you also conceive or subconsciously understand. There's many more vibrations to this that we're not familiar with yet, that haven't broken through into our human understanding. So just really think broadly, and I feel like at this time the energy is very kinetic and has a lot to do with the bigger picture. So if your world is a bit weird right now with weird events or interactions with people, not weird bad, but just out of the ordinary, this is because those events have a resonance within the bigger picture of who you are and what your energetic signature is. And so pay attention to those things. Those things bring you awareness to higher dimensionality and states of being. Listen to your mother, in other words. Okay, I am very busy. Here is the message. Something to do with rejection, Sagittarius, probably early on in your life. That's coming through. I'll be honest. I feel like your ancestors' past lives, this bigger picture is telling you to in some way look at that. Look at how you relate to people who are very busy around you, who may be very dismissive or very terse, or very terse, very short in their explanation, and how that is maybe triggering you, or how that is maybe, how do you relate to that, and who have you become because of those events, and see whether whether or not that is truly authentic to your being. I feel like this is a message from your spirit guides or vibrational energies that are looking over you, and so I think they're saying bring attention. Like, did you become short-tempered because somebody was like this, or did you become like fall into a cycle of clingy and then sort of how do you say, disassociation, or letting go of people quickly? Because are you in a pattern of this because of previous events in your life? And so I am very busy. It feels like something's reminding you of the past, someone being very much to the point like, I'm busy, don't waste my time. Not a good energy, but even in that energy is a lesson and awareness, and it has that bigger picture in mind. Like it's connected also to, this is a download, it's connected to hurry, hurry, hurry. So the person who was saying that was like always running off of their feet, trying to achieve something, trying to meet some mark, right? And then we have listen. Again, listen to your spirit guides. So I don't need to I don't need to in some way repeat this, so listen to what you are being told by the universe. Pay attention. It has a deeper resonance. It's a message from those higher vibrations of your being. Okay. The next message is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your activation card. So Gemini, this activation is really about you in some way getting connected. This is about you getting connected and activating this part of your life. So it looks like an Olympic flame, huh? So we have unconditional love, beautiful. And so this activation brings you back to the state of pure bliss and the energy of home. Feel it now. So home is where the heart is. You might want to look up Vesta, the goddess of the home and heath of the fire at this time. But I feel like you have a beacon, like a homing pigeon. You have a beacon to where you need to go. I think you're really aware of where that is already, just as I'm saying that. So good luck to you with that. Here is 2 cards. We have new, negative. There's an unexpected event that comes up in your life that scares you. It might be a world event. It doesn't have to be personal, and it doesn't have to be drastic. It's just going to put a thought in your mind that is going to prompt you to want to go home. It's like being young and something scary happens and you're like, I want to go home. I want to hang out with my mom, whatever. So there's this event that's shocking, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just suddenly something triggers you to think about home, heath of the fire, unconditional love, and really wanting a connection to that. So whoever or whatever represents that to you, you're going to want to get there. You're going to feel that you want to get there as soon as possible. The next message is spring. So maybe a timeline. You may have to wait for that. Or possibly, I feel like maybe this is the beginning of being aware of what's really important. So that sounds really good, Gemini. Okay, so I think it's more of a awareness of what's important. Okay, last but not least is Virgo. Well, you guys went first a couple times, so now you get to go last. I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, so let's activate Virgo. Let's see where Virgo is taking things. Here we go. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so like angel wings or a rocket ship launching. So we have acceptance. With this activation, you realize that every occurrence is a part of you. No longer you create wounds and unprocessed emotions in your body and field. No longer will you create wounds and unprocessed emotions in your body field. So your real self-awareness, Virgos are probably really enjoying this card because this is like a very Virgo energy, analytical, taking a hard look at things, seeing everything for what it is, finding closure, finding your space within whatever's happening and being connected to it, right? So whatever event is happening around you externally, you are going through a process of self-awareness, bringing it in and elevating your mind. So there you go, Virgo. Let's give you guys a couple cards for deeper understanding. So in other words, I feel as though events are going to come into your life that are going to, in some way, events that are happening in your life become like a meditative process, and everything has a significance and a place. It's very orderly space and time for you at this time. Remember the new moon in Virgo, so it is a special time. So you have the art, the nap, temperance, and so Sagittarian energy, but go slow with this. It's like you're going to be moving very slow at this time, very methodically, paying attention to everything. You're going to hear messages as you pass people by or as you interact with different people. Those pieces of awareness are going to come to you now, and they're going to be messages from spirit. And then you have party, Tomorrowland. So I think that as you are processing everything, you're healing your energy, you're healing everything. And like I said with a couple other signs, don't expect to be perfect. Virgos have a hard time with that. So expect this to not be 100%. There's no 100%. It's an ongoing process. But what is accelerating for you is meaning. Meaning of every event, meaning of every circumstance. So, okay, Virgos, I love you. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to make the energy real. When the new moon video begins, I'll link it here at the end, and I hope you guys enjoy your new moon, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.